This is Kennel Conversations. My name is Alyssa Charlston, inside the kennel with senior forward Corey Kispert. Today, Corey is going to take us through one of his favorite moves on the court. It's not going to surprise you too much. What are we talking about today?
Three-point shot.
So important. We're going to break it down, talk about the story behind it because that's really cool too. And it is going to be unstoppable as it is on the floor because you don't have any defense today. 6 feet apart. Let's do this. Okay, let's start with the footwork. The corner is your spot. Talk about just the development of that shot from one of the hardest spots on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, I would play up with my brother's basketball team, and I was like smaller and slower and not as strong as him, so I would just stand here and they'd pass me the ball, and all I could do was really, get it to the hoop from here. And so, learning from that and just starting here and kind of moving my way around the three-point line is where it all started.
Love it. Okay, so we see you in transition all the time, hitting the baseline, even up here too, but take us through some of the footwork if you're kind of running to get set, you're open.
First thing that's kind of is when you changed the three-point line a while ago from this white line to this blue line is the sideline's a problem. So you got to make sure to slide into it and make sure you don't step out of bounds. That's key number one. And then number two is I always hop into my shot rather than kind of like a 1-2 footwork. So making sure I'm sliding along the sideline and then hop into it and just making sure everything's kind of squared up to the hoop and let it go.
Has it always been that way, the hop?
Yeah, always. It's kind of helped me get, when I was, younger and couldn't really get it to the rim, it helped me kind of generate the power to get it all the way up there.
Okay, so let's see it. Money. Okay, we're gonna go through one off the screen now. So take us through the footwork on that.
Yeah, that's the next step is you're running away from the basket, so you gotta make sure you get your feet totally turned around and facing the hoop, and that was kind of the next step to my game is moving from the corner. I had to once I got bigger and stronger, making sure when you're running away, getting everything turned to the hoop, and then balance is the biggest key for me. If I'm falling off balance, it usually doesn't go in, so doing everything I can to have all my weight underneath me and get it up on the rim.
Okay, and setting up the screen, do you kind of cut in or do you kind of just rub shoulders?
Take 2 steps in, like a little kind of head bob to kind of get the defender off balance, and then with a guy like Drew or Umar setting the screen for you, it's tough for the defense to get around.
Okay, so let's do this one.
Okay.
The hop, easy.
Gets his feet ready. He's on balance. Chalk it up for 3 and head back the other direction.
Way downtown, feeling it.
You gotta play him at half court.
Tell us the importance of the three-point shot and the story behind it.
My dad played college basketball, and he was a great shooter. That's kind of what he did, and so we'd go out in the backyard, and I just kind of sit and watch him. That's where it all started. And I've always been a good visual learner, so when I see something and see someone do it, I can kind of replicate that. So that's where it all started, was with Pops. Credit goes to him. And then I grew up in Seattle, so Ray Allen was really the poster child for shooting for a long time. And so, watching him and him doing his thing was really where I kind of fell in love with it. And then guys like Klay Thompson now are kind of like the modern day version of that, and I really kind of try to model my game after him. So, the evolution from my dad to Ray Allen to Klay Thompson is kind of really where I started grouping the jumper.
Sonics, bring him back, first of all. Do you follow it up pretty much every time with one of these?
See, I kind of put that in the back pocket now that nobody's in the stands, but if we ever have a chance to play in for people again, it's definitely coming out.
Okay, good to know. Now you know the story behind it. When you are watching at home, have a good idea that this will probably be seen a few more times this year. Corey shooting the 3. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.